YouTube, welcome back to Denisha's World. Today I will be making pinto beans and turkey meat inside of the pinto beans, but I just want you guys to come along with me as I prepare my beans and turkey for dinner tonight. So come along with me. First thing we're going to do, we're going to come over and wash our hands with our antibacterial soap once again. I'm going to wash my hands up and then we can get right into this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you comment down below what you think about this video. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up on this video. So let's hop right into it. So first thing I'm going to do, I have my beans already soaked that I soaked overnight in cold water. Then I have my turkey drums here. And we use Frick's turkey drums. I got all of my seasons here. I got some chicken broth, my bell pepper, onions, and all my seasons like I said. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut up my vegetables. So what I have here, I put onion and bell peppers inside of my bean to give it more flavor. I'm going to cut these up. And I just dice them. Just take them and dice them. Like this. I don't have to make them too small. Nice little diced pieces. Like I said, we're just throwing this in here to give it more flavor. Use about half of this bell pepper. I don't want it to be too overbearing. So I'm going to just do half of it. Almost done. It's very simple and easy. If you have a processor, you can chop your vegetables up that way as well. But I like to do it by hand. That way I get it chopped the way that I like it. Comment down below if y'all use a knife or a processor to cut y'all vegetables up. I like doing it by hand. It's actually kind of satisfying, chopping vegetables and stuff up. Like I said before in my other cooking videos, I'm going to link a description up at the top for you guys to check out my other cooking videos. Make sure you guys watch those videos as well. Make sure you guys subscribe, because I do a lot of cooking. So it'll be a lot of videos on me cooking. I have a big family and we all love to eat. Now I'm going in and I'm going to cut my onion. Put that in there. Probably do half of this onion as well. Peel all your stuff off of your onions. And I'm going to rinse it off. I had already rinsed my bell pepper off before I started recording, so that was already clean. And now I'm just over here cleaning my onion off. And then we're going to take my onion, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to dice it up as well, like we did the bell pepper. And it's real easy to cut an onion. You really want to cut along the lines on the onion, and that'll give you a perfect diced onion. I don't know if you guys knew that, but yes, if you cut along the lines, you'll get a nice diced onion. And that's that half of the onion. Chop up this half. Then I'm going to show you guys what I do next once all my vegetables are chopped up. Ready. Now that we have all of our onion and bell pepper chopped up, put these in a baggie to store away. Done with those. This one in the baggie. Alrighty, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to grab you a measuring cup and you're going to want to fill your crock pot up about halfway with just water. Fill your crock pot up halfway with just water. And I'm using an 8-quart crock pot. A real big one. Yep, we're going to get this nice and filled up, and then we can start adding everything else into the crock pot. Water, about one more, and I think we'll be good. Alrighty. I think that's good. Now we're going to go in and we're going to pour our beans in there. I'm going to pour this water off that the beans are sitting in. And then we're going to just dump the beans into the crock pot. And I use 2 pounds of pinto beans because we actually eat on this for about 2 days. So I make sure that I have enough for us to last for 2 days. And now pretty much all you're going to do now is you're just going to add everything else in. Now I'm adding in my bell pepper and my onions to the crock pot. All those in there. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add some, actually I'm going to take a little bit of this water out of here. Then I'm going to add a little bit of chicken broth for more flavor. And I use the less sodium chicken broth. And just add this for a little bit more flavor. And that was probably about a 1/4 cup of broth that I added in there, if not a little bit more. And then what you're going to want to do, you're going to start adding in all of your seasonings. First one I'm using is garlic powder. And you want to make sure you get a nice amount of seasoning in here because this is where your flavor is going to come in as well. So that's garlic powder. Onion powder is what I'm putting next. Nice and seasoned. Don't be scared to season it. Like I said, I got 2 pounds of pinto beans in here, so I want to make sure it's good and seasoned. And as you guys can see, I put in quite a bit of water. Next, I'm using Johnny's. Sorry. I put quite a bit of water in there, so I had to take some out. But yeah, you want all of this juice that's in here. You want it flavored, but that's where your flavor is going to come from as well. I'm going to use some black pepper. Nice amount of black pepper in there as well. Another thing that people do, I don't do it, we actually just add it as we eat our bowls. Some people put sugar in here to make your beans a little sweeter. I don't actually like mine sweet, but my family does like theirs sweet, so they actually put sugar in theirs once they fix their actual bowl, so I don't put it in my whole crock pot. Then I'm going to put a little bit of Slap Your Mama. That'll give it a little Cajun taste, a little spiciness, because we like our food spicy. So I'm sprinkling a little bit of this Slap Your Mama in here. Y'all haven't tried this? Go and try this. This is some good stuff. I like this little seasoning, Cajun seasoning. I put it on pretty much everything to give it a little kick. But you don't want to use too much because it does have a strong kick to it. Then I'm going to put some oregano in there. You don't want too much oregano. Oregano has a strong taste as well. So just pretty much just eyeball it, and that's what I do. And that's about enough. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go to our crock pot, and I'm going to start it off on high. But once it starts cooking a little higher, it starts boiling, I'm going to take it down to low. Our crock pot, I don't know if it's a malfunction or something on there or defect, but our crock pot cooks like no other crock pot. So I'm gonna set this to high, and once it gets to boiling and everything, I'll turn it down to low. I'm gonna mix everything around real quick, and then we're gonna place the top on it. And you're gonna want to let these beans slow cook pretty much all day. Pretty much all day. So by this evening, everything should be good and done. And yes, this is my pinto beans and turkey meat. And yeah, then you're gonna cover it with your lid. Everything's nice and mixed up. Alrighty guys, now that we have our beans on, and like I said, you're gonna let these cook for about 5-6 hours. You probably will get done a little bit before then. Just continue to keep checking them to see if they're tender. Once they're tender, they're pretty much done. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys how I prepare my turkey drums and put them in the oven to cook. Put those in the oven to cook to get ready to throw inside of my beans. But yep, first I'm gonna line my cookie sheet with some non-stick foil. A non-stick foil. And we're gonna cut open our turkey drums. Cut open the turkey drums. Ready. And we got our turkey drums. And we're gonna put our turkey drums right onto the top of the foil. Rinse these off actually, and then yep, looks good and nice and rinsed off. Now we're gonna place them in the oven, and as you guys can see, I have my oven set at 375. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna set them in the oven. And there we have the turkey drums in the oven. We're gonna let those cook. We're gonna give those about an hour or so to cook. And then once those are done cooking, I'll be back to show you guys what I do next with the turkey drums.
1 hour later.
Alrighty, YouTube, we're back. Our turkey legs are cooled down. They're nice and cooked. Now I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna shave all the meat off of the bone and pick through all the fat and pull all the fat off of the turkey drum. Alrighty, so you guys can see I done got pretty much all of the meat off of this bone. I don't keep the skin, but I do put a little bit of skin inside of my beans while they're cooking, just for the flavor to get in there. And once it's done, I'll go in and I'll just pull all of the skin out of there, because we don't like to eat the skin. And once it hits all of that fluid, it becomes more of a soggier texture, and it's not crispy like it is now. But yeah, this is how I shred my turkey drums. And once I get both of these shredded, I'll be back to tell you guys what I do next once I have all of my meat off of the bones. But yeah, it's pretty easy, real quick dinner. Something to put on early in the day. But yeah, I'll be right back once I finish the turkey drums. Alrighty, YouTube, I have all of my meat shredded and picked all the fat off of it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just set it inside of the oven for it to crispy up just a little bit longer. But we like our meat to be nice and crispy, because once you put it inside of the oven, it's going to get more soft from all the liquid that's in the beans. But yeah, we're going to let that cook in there for about another 15 minutes. Let it crispy up a little bit. Then we're going to dump it inside of the beans, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alrighty, YouTube, we're back. We're getting ready to take our meat out of the oven. As you guys can see, it's nice and crispy. And what we're going to do now, we're just going to dump this right inside of our beans. Nice and crispy. We're going to just scrape it all in here. See that? Yeah, that's so good. All that meat in there. And this pretty much sums up your meal, everything you have to do. Now you're just going to let the flavor of the meat cook in your beans as they finish slow cooking. And we got about another, probably about 2 hours for this to cook. And then it'll be done. Got all of your meat in there now. Now we're just going to stir it around and get your meat mixed in there well. And this sums up our video for my turkey meat and my pinto beans. Easy recipe, y'all. So make sure y'all try this recipe at home. This is what it looks like. All that good meat in there. Them bell peppers and onions and stuff is in there. There's that piece of skin I got in there for flavor. Once this is done cooking, I am going to remove that piece of skin out of there. I really just wanted it in there for my flavor. But yes, guys, these are my turkey meat and pinto beans. Very easy. Something to put on early in the morning for you guys to enjoy by the time you're home from a long day of work. You already done prepared your dinner. And this sums up the video. So make sure you guys continue to tune into our channel. Until next time, peace.